Welcome to the show. Today we're talking major milestones. After 21 years, Nicole is finally packing up her flare pens and leaving the school board for a brand new teaching gig. Meanwhile, Michelle is hitting year 24 at the exact same school and is now pretty much considered part of the furniture. One's off to a new adventure, the other knows exactly which ceiling tiles leak and where the good snacks are hidden. Let's dive in.
Michelle, we have to talk about something. Okay, I always listen to podcasts on 1.5 or 1.8, like super speed. And I listen to our own podcast, which is its own kind of crazy. I know I'm a fast talker, so I cannot listen to our podcast on super speed. I can't even understand myself. I knew I was a fast talker. My very first interview as a teacher, I got the job, but the principal, when she called me, she's like, I've never met anyone that talks as fast as you. And of course, I was nervous and excited, so I talked probably even triple the amount of time. And I know that about myself, but oh my goodness, I need to figure out the speed of my talk because I can't listen to myself on a podcast at 1.5 anymore.
Now I have to try that because I listen to podcasts on 1.5 or maybe 1.25, but I've never listened to you on that speed. But now I'm doing that today because that's going to be so funny. I don't think of you as a fast talker, but my goodness, do I ever talk slow? I had no idea. I always think that my mom talks slowly, but she's in healthcare, right? She's a nurturer. She speaks really clearly. And I had no idea that I speak just as slowly as her.
See, I would never think that. This is human
Really?
nature. I guess we just think about ourselves. I don't know, but I don't think I think that you are remarkably smart and poised and you think about your responses. I sometimes don't. I just blurt things out. We obviously are the same person, but maybe a little opposite in ways too. I don't know. We're starting to learn this about ourselves.
Oh my goodness. You are remarkable and thoughtful, and I don't think you just blurt out answers. I think I can just hear the difference sometimes, and I thought it was me speaking in slow motion.
Oh, well, we have a turtle and a rabbit. So here we go. Here we are.
Yeah.
But I want to say, okay, today's episode, I'm a little nervous yet excited. So actually, doesn't your oldest have a word for that when you're both nervous and excited?
Oh, yes. Years ago, I think she coined it. I don't know, but she calls it nerve sighted when you're both, which is pretty common to feel both feelings.
Okay, I'm nerve sighted then because after 21 years, I am moving on from my current school board to a new school board, and I'm calling it the 21-year itch and the new school twitch. Because my body just really has little twitches sometimes thinking about what am I doing? I'm taking this huge jump, this huge leap of faith to leave something where I'm comfortable, where I'm happy, but also to take on a new adventure in my new smaller community where we've moved to. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today is the transition between kind of what you're comfortable with into a new environment where you've never been before. And especially as teachers, we're creatures of habit. So have you moved new schools before?
No, I haven't. And I feel like over the years, watching you move within different schools within your own board, I've watched you do that. And I think that is so admirable. I feel like as a small town girl moving into this big city, I found my own small town within our school. And I often think about trying something new and going to a new school. And then I think, why would I do that? I love it here. So when I think about moving to a new school, it's when I started all those years ago. I feel like when I was in administration, I always had different amazing admin partners, and so much change came in every time I worked with someone new that I didn't feel that itch to go somewhere new. But I just admire your ability to embrace change in this way, Nicole.
I've been with my current school board for 21 years, and I've been over the course of that to 5 different schools. Since I've known you, I've been between 2 different schools, and I'm actually back to a school I've already worked at before, which is super cool in its own. It's like you're moving to a different planet though, because we know that every school environment is its own special place and where they speak a slightly different dialect of education. And then we all know what we're talking about. So things that are making me nervous, which seems small but are big, is just the unwritten rules of a new school. So for example, when I get there on the first day, where am I going to park? I had asked one of the administrators where I park, is there assigned parking? And they're like, there's no assigned parking. But there's unwritten assigned parking at most schools if you don't have assigned parking. Do I park close to the front door? Do I go to the stall in the back? What if I take someone's stall and then the first day people are already like, oh, the new teacher's got my parking stall? I don't know. Currently where I'm at now, we have assigned stalls, but my last school I was at, we didn't. But yet everyone parked in the exact same spot every time. So I'm a little bit nervous about the first day, which sounds crazy. But do you know what I'm talking
Maybe
about though when I say that?
I totally do. I'm thinking maybe just ride your bike or walk. Then you know where the front door is.
Take an
Go
Uber,
in,
get dropped off with all my
yeah,
bins.
a limo. That would be awesome. Go in a limo.
And it's like the unwritten rule of the staff room. Is there a Goldilocks chair situation happening? Has someone occupied that same lunch chair since 1999? And if I accidentally sit down in there, am I again, crossing a line? The first day of school, I am going to go to the staff room late on purpose, see where everyone's sitting, scope out the situation, and then pick a spot. Teachers are friendly humans, so they'll probably be like, hey, come sit by me. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. I've toured my new school building. They seem lovely, but it was little things that you don't really think about. And because I have moved schools several times, that does happen, right? So at the
It
staff meeting
does.
or the same people sit together in the same areas, I don't know. It's just one of those things as a teacher. I'm like really nervous about it.
It's so true. We don't have assigned parking at our school, but if I pull into the parking lot and there are my colleagues' cars are not there in the spots that they normally are in the morning, my heart skips a beat because I think something's wrong. Because even though there isn't assigned parking, there is because it goes in the order that people arrive and what doors they go in. Do people hang out in your staff room quite a bit?
It's a mixture. It's definitely a hub of the school. People are in and out, but there's lots of team meetings happening throughout the day. So people are in different areas of the school. Sometimes the staff room is really busy. At lunchtime, others not so much. So it just really depends. But if you are in there eating lunch, you definitely normally sit in the same area of the staff room.
Right. Yeah.
But that's one of those things that's making me a little bit nervous. Obviously, just being in a new building, meeting new people is always a thing. And I know that leaving comfort and leaving the people that you already know and feel connections with is difficult. I know I'm going to make new connections. It's just a matter of getting there and getting to that time. But it's even entering a new school building. It's thinking about the new acronyms. And I'm changing boards. I'm changing school boards, which feels literally like I'm going to a new planet. As teachers, we all have so many acronyms. So at my current school board, there's TPGPs, IPPs, PTPs. There's just all these things that I know what they stand for, but I go to a new board and I'm going to have to find a buddy right away. Well, luckily, because again, sports are saving me, there is one teacher at that school that I know as a hockey mom. And I'm going to have to just be whispering in her ear, what does that mean? And she's going to be able to whisper back, don't worry about it, I'll tell you later. You have to find that. But yeah, acronyms really make me a little bit nervous because I always know currently what we're talking about, but at a new school, I'm not going to. Do you, at your school, because you, Michelle, are in a totally different district than I'm in right now, or that I'm even going to. So do you have tons of different acronyms in your district?
So many acronyms. And in fact, we have an administrator. He's retired now, but he loved coming up with the acronyms and he would make acronyms up for extra things. One that we would have in common would be the EAL, or is it ESL, or is it ELL? And it's always changing. And it just makes me think of our new teachers on board this year or practicum teachers that we have. When they sit in a staff meeting, they must be thinking that we're speaking a different language. One of our favorite acronyms is DITLIF, and it refers to our direct instruction framework. And I'm sure people are like, what is that?
A really cool game to play would be to give acronyms to a non-teacher and have them guess what they mean. Because it doesn't matter where in the world you are, your school board's going to have different acronyms that you use.
For sure. I have to, yeah, that person to sit beside in the staff room so you can just kind of like nudge them
Yeah.
and they'll be like, just smile and nod.
Yeah, you'll get through this. The student dynamics also do worry me, to be honest, because I'm known right now within my school because I have worked with all of the different kids in all the different grades. Then they see me in the hallway. It's the hugs, the high fives, the good mornings, all that type of thing. And now I'm just going to be in there and they're going to be like, are you a parent? Where's your volunteer tag? Are you a substitute? What class are you in today? The first little bit, I get it. Even staff are going to be like, who are you? It's quite a large staff that I'm moving to. So it's kind of that street cred is going to be gone. Right now, people know me. Also, as a teacher on staff, I am the one that knew the siblings, or I knew the family dynamics. I knew all the kind of local stories that were going on. And now I'm just the lady down the hall that doesn't know where the bathroom is. So I just feel that's going to be hard. Right now at my school, I'm the literacy go-to, the one who lives and breathes and dreams about decodable books and literacy centers, science of reading, all the different things. Well, people know that at my new school. I love to share that kind of knowledge. I love to have those open conversations in the hallways or in staff room about that kind of stuff. But will people even know what I know? I know that will just take time. It's just those little things in the back of my head that I'm really worried about going in just to interact with the students and the staff.
It's just thinking about you telling me about how much, well, I knew this already, but how much you had moved as a kid and how people would take you under your wing. And I'm just envisioning this as you're talking about this and how your new colleagues are going to take you under your wing, right? You are positive, you are energetic, you are knowledgeable, you are fun, you come with a wealth of experience, and those colleagues are going to gravitate toward you. And I think about the kids like you being in the hallway, like, where's the washroom? And those kids are going to be loving that they get to help you to figure this out. I'm picturing it of them, taking you under your wing.
Can you come to the new school with me? Could you call ahead and be like, she's going to be fine, guys. You'll like her. That's another thing, right? It's human nature to want people to like me and know what I can offer and do. And it's funny. It's like a new student going to a new school. I did grow up moving around to lots of different schools. My dad had a super cool job as a park ranger, but we did move schools a lot. And it was really easy for me to move schools because I'm social, I'm outgoing. I could make connections pretty easily. My brother, on the other hand, was super shy, didn't love moving schools. And I saw what he went through. And I think that is a reality of as teachers when we move new schools too. I am outgoing. I know I will make my way. I laugh about it now, but I am super nervous. Imagine, though, this is what happens every year at schools. There's new teachers entering our buildings. And that's why I've also tended to look for new teachers. How can I make a connection with them and befriend them and show them where the laminator is and where the learning commons is and where the storage and how things work. And it takes time to know what works in a new building, but it is really tricky to be new. And I know that I've seen that in people over the years, and I know people will do that for me. It's just getting through that first initial day.
And I think about this and all the things we've talked about so far, and how none of it has to do with academics, right? Kids and teachers alike, people want to know and be prepared. And it makes me think either you need to go in with an emergency first day of school kit, or they need to give you an emergency first day of school kit. Like all the things you need to know.
Well, it's even just the geography of the building, right? So it's funny. I laugh, but it's like the good bathroom. Every school has one. For secret, clean, single stall sanctuary. How long is it going to take me to find that? Or is there going to be someone that gives me a heads up? Or are they going to keep that secret to themselves? It's little things like that. It's, I don't know. Do you have a secret sanctuary bathroom at your school?
Nicole, our school is so small. We do not have nearly enough bathrooms for all the people that work there. It's ridiculous. So you have a very limited choice, but I think everybody has their preference of which one they like to use. But often there's a lineup, at the worst times when you've slipped out of the classroom to go and
Yeah.
so is everybody else.
Or it's how does the laminator work? Some schools I've been at, you need a 2-page proposal to use the laminator. Other schools, you could just go in and use it on the fly, right? So it's those little tips and tricks. The onboarding to a new school is a lot. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of unwritten rules. And it's just one of those things where I lay awake at night thinking thinking about all the things I don't know. But I know it will come.
Yes, word of advice, don't touch the laminator. Stay as far away from as possible from that laminator. I remember spending hours cleaning out, trying to, I don't even know what you call it. We actually had to call someone in because we had other things to be working on. But when I returned to the classroom, it was a couple years after being in the classroom, actually, I ended up jamming the laminator and it was horrible. I am never laminating again.
Please tell me, though, that you
So
didn't leave the jam for someone else.
I was so embarrassed because I hated when people did that and then I did it. And it's horrible. So first week, no
Okay,
laminating, Nicole.
okay, hands off. I'll stay away. The one thing I will say, though, is that I will miss the people. Just, the connections you've made over 21 years. And of course, I know those people will all be there. but it's like leaving your family, right? So that's the hard part, is that people are excited for you and they're happy, they're giving you well wishes. I've gotten lots of messages within my board, text messages, emails. People in my building have come up to me, but I just want to find my own new teachers next door. I guess that's the whole point of this, right? Is that it's to expand yourself and to learn and to grow. And I know there'll be other people that are my teachers next door, but when am I going to find them? Again, like I said, I'm clombing on to this one poor teacher at my new school, and she's been amazing and super helpful, but am I going to be following her around like a lost puppy dog? Is she going to hide from me? Like the little things that are just keeping me up at night.
There is no doubt in my mind that you are going to find your people instantly, Nicole. They're going to want you as their new teacher next door, right? You're going to find your people. I've seen you do it time and time again. And I've also seen you keep the connections from your previous schools. They're going to welcome you with open arms. What an asset you are to them and to the new building.
Thanks, my friend. So I'm going to report back to you on my experiences in future episodes to let you know what's going on. But yeah, right now I'm feeling all the feels. I actually have 1 week left at my current school, and then I'm out and starting the following Monday in my new role. Lots of feels going on right now. I was thinking about this. I'm the lost traveler, and you're the underpaid tour guide that knows all the secrets at your school, right? So every school is going to have that tour guide that is going to be able to help me out. So I just got to find them.
Yeah, you're going to find them immediately. Have you thought about what you're going to wear?
I already have my outfit picked out 1,000%. And the funny thing is, I was listening to another podcast yesterday and it was talking about dressing for how you feel. I already have the outfit for that. So I absolutely know what I'm going to wear that day. I know what I'm taking into this building that day. I'm not going to show up with 22 totes because that's not going to look cool either. In the middle of a school year, just moving all my teacher stuff in for the last 21 years. I'm going to do it slowly, start bringing everything in because I'm not in a classroom. I'm taking on more of that intervention style role. I won't have a whole classroom environment to myself. So I definitely don't want to invade someone's space. Could you imagine? I'm the new teacher coming in with 3 months left in the school year and I bring 21 years of totes and like just stash it in every little corner of the school. Nobody needs that. So I have a little bit of a plan for the first day, but again, I'm still thinking about that parking lot. So maybe the understanding of riding a bike or an Uber, like you suggested, might be on my docket.
Was I telling you about the NHL player who was traded to a new team? I think we were talking
Yes,
about
you
this.
were.
He was traded to a new team and he practiced his drive to the new arena a few times because he had to figure it out on his own. And I was mind blown. A player with that kind of salary has to figure out his route. And then he didn't know what door to go into. And so there's this clip of him arriving finally to the office or whatever in the new arena. And he was so relieved that he had figured out how to get there. You know, even celebrities, right? They have to figure this out too. And you're going to nail it.
Thank you. So I guess my personal takeaway from today's episode is that change is good, change is hard, and you always get through it. So I know that I love new environments. I do. I really do. But I'm still nervous no matter what. So that excited. Sorry, what's that term again?
Nerve-sighted.
I'm definitely I'm putting on a t-shirt or something, but I am nerve-sighted for sure to go into this. So my takeaway is that I know I can do this. I know every teacher does it all the time. People have done this in other careers, other jobs, all the things. It feels scary.
I always tell my students that nervous feeling is because we care. We want to do well, right? As humans, it's in our nature to want to do well and be successful. So I hope the sighted part of the nerve-sighted starts to take over those nerves. I just think it means you care a whole lot. I think my takeaway is that everyone has a vital role in the community. I think of our new teachers and our practicum teachers and how it doesn't matter if you've been there for 24 years or if you're the new kid on the block, that we're always learning, we're wanting to contribute, and we want to be successful and to see our colleagues be successful too. So I can't wait to hear about your new teachers next door.
And when we air this episode, it will only be my second day at that new school building. So if you are at my new school and you're listening, thank you for being so kind to me because I already know that you are.
Oh yeah, they'll be looking forward to seeing you. Okay, let's do a few rapid fire questions.
Cool. Let's do it.
Okay, what are you most looking forward to in your new position?
The 8-minute commute to work versus the 40-minute commute to work. That's
Oh my
huge.
goodness.
But also, truly, it's the new connections I know I'm going to make. That's what I'm looking the most forward to. What is your thing that you're looking forward to just for the rest of the school year for you?
Yeah, I just think making memories with my kids. Wow, coming back after spring break, you can really see the growth. And oh my gosh, it's April. You see those increments of growth throughout the year, but gosh, 2 weeks off, coming back and reviewing, but also starting new material, you can really see that growth. And we had really great morning meetings this week about really ending the year strong and making great memories. And so I'm really looking forward to that. It's been fun. We had a great first week back.
That's awesome.
What was your most chaotic school moment this week?
Oh my goodness. Okay. It's to do with school, but there was no kids or staff around. It was just me, myself, and I. So I moved a large portion of my things this week later on. I stayed at school late into the evening and I put everything into the back of my vehicle. And so there was bins, totes, all the things. You know, you're moving that last tote out and I go out the school door and as soon as I go out, I hear a click behind me and I realize I don't have my keys. And my purse is still inside. And I froze. What am I going to do? And luckily, there happened to be a painting team at the school that night. And so they were painting, and I'm okay, I have to find where these workers are. So here I am. I put the tote down on the ground outside my car because I'd left everything inside my purse, my car keys, my school keys, and my cell phone. So I'm on a deserted island now in the parking lot. So I end up going around to all of the buildings, and there was a person that was painting. I could see them down the hallway. I start gently knocking on the door, the window. No one's looking. No one's looking down the hall. He's probably got AirPods in or something, right? Because he's working the crews all over the school. So I'm banging on the door. I'm trying to be polite. There's honestly a man walking his dog, and I think he probably thought that I was breaking into school or something. And then the guy still doesn't hear me. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Maybe call for help, call a lifeline. Can some other teacher that lives close to the school come help me out? And then finally he happens to look my way and I'm just waving, please let me in, please let me in. And luckily I had met him before, like that evening, so he knew who I was. So he came down. He's like, what are you doing? So I explained I'd lost my keys, blah, blah, blah. So that was my chaotic moment. I'm like, and it was a good 20 minutes of my time to like go around the school, find someone, figure out how I'm going to get in. So anyways, that was my chaotic, typical Nicole moment of the week. What about you? What was your most chaotic moment of the school week?
Oh my gosh, I'm imagining you finding a slightly open window and like
Crawling
crawling
inside.
in.
The
I'm so
police
glad you
show
were
up.
able with the police dogs. Oh my gosh. Okay. You made me think of another story that I'll have to tell another time about a chaotic moment, but it's from years ago. So this week, I had a student bring in food for the food bank, and the glass jar of pasta sauce broke in the coat room, which was fine, no big deal. Like those things don't rattle me, but the parent had sent the tomato sauce jar in a plastic, like so smart. So it was contained better than it would have been had it just hit and smashed. Nobody was hurt, all fine. No big deal. We clean it up, whatever. And then the same little guy, poor guy, in his lunch, his ketchup exploded. So there was ketchup on everything. So we've just gone from the tomato sauce. Now we're cleaning up ketchup. And one of my colleagues came in and she's like, why does it smell like vinegar in here? And I was like, oh, no big deal. Just some tomato sauce, some ketchup, right? We're cleaning up all these things. And this little guy, he didn't even skip a beat. Like, I think I might have cried. I probably would have cried. I cried a lot when I was 7. But he was just unfazed. He was like, oh, well, we cleaned it up. Off he went for recess. But it was just, oh, and then a water bottle, tomato sauce, ketchup, another little guy's water bottle, cleaning up all the things.
It's
Then they went out for
always
recess.
something. And custodians, that is part of our job.
Yes, custodians. What's your favorite end of the week song?
Actually, you know what? I think it has to be, I love Queen. So,
Oh, yeah.
and I love sports. So we are the champions because it
Oh,
starts off with
okay.
paid my dues time after time. I'm not a singer, as you can tell, but just even those two sentences, I paid my dues time after time. That is every week of a school year for teachers, right? So yeah, we are the champions by Queen. That's my end of the week theme song. What about you?
I love that. That's a great one. There was one time, I can't remember what year, maybe last year. For some reason, we were walking out, we're dismissing our kids, and I don't know what happened or who started it, but do you know that song, Wasn't That a Party? I'm not a singer. Brace yourself. Wasn't that a party? Do you know that
I
one?
do. I do.
My head, well, how's it go? My head is like a football.
I
I
know
won't
it. I
sing
can't
it.
help you any right now, but I know it.
Oh me, oh me, oh my. Wasn't that a
You
party?
did it. You
That
got it.
that goes in my head through my head on Friday because it has been a party. Okay, what music will you play on Monday as you get ready to drive to school?
This will tell my age and what era I'm from, but it's an NSYNC song, and it's Here We Go.
Oh,
Yeah,
sing it. I
here
don't
we
know.
go. Okay, I sorry, but I'm not singing this one. I just crushed all of the fans of Queen. I'm not singing NSYNC because that will just ruin it. That's my favorite boy band. I can't do it. But it's Here We Go. Look it up. It's high energy. But if I was at school on a Monday, I would definitely be playing a Danny Go. That's my favorite right now. Who doesn't love Danny Go? If
Mhm.
you're an elementary teacher and you haven't checked out Danny Go on YouTube, you have to do it. What about you? What's
Yes,
your
I love.
Monday morning song?
Oh boy, I'm a country girl usually. I don't really have a morning song for the drive to school. I feel like, okay, we're in the vehicle, we made it, and I'm just gonna breathe usually on Monday mornings. But I used to listen to Christina Aguilera's Come On Over. Do you know that song? Come
Come
on
over.
over.
Come
Come
on over,
on,
baby. See, I'll ruin
baby.
her, but I'm not going to ruin my NSYNC.
I used to listen to that every morning when I was teaching English as a second language to foreign students when I was in university. I would crank that. I think I had trouble getting up in the morning back in those days. That was my get up, get going, go teach English.
I love it.
So,
I love how our rapid
okay,
fire questions take us 5 minutes to answer because,
no problem. It's me.
okay, it's been so fun. And I can't wait till next week because we're going to get into kind of all the crazy things that happen in our day that nobody that's in education would believe. We're going to just
I,
share some random things that happened in our school day. I would love to get stories from other teachers as well. So if you have
yes.
crazy things that happen in your day, my friends that don't work in education, my spouse or partner that don't work in education, they don't understand this. Send us a message of your things that happen in the day that you're always like, nobody would believe this if they didn't work in education. Send us their way and we'll share them on the show.
Yes, I can't wait. It's going to be such a fun episode. I feel like it might be a series over this next
Yeah,
year.
a little segment or something. Okay, thanks everyone for
Thank
tuning in and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Wait, is that the bell? The buses are rolling and we've got duty.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Teachers Next Door podcast. If you enjoyed this week's PD session, do us a solid. Leave a rating, 5 stars preferably, and a review. Think of it as giving us an A+ on our eval. It helps other listeners find their way to our neighborhood. As the kids say, please subscribe.
Do you have a burning question or topic you would like to hear about? Send us an email or message. Be sure to follow us on Instagram for show updates and details on future episodes.
This podcast was produced and edited by us, your Teachers Next Door. No outsourcing here. The reality of all teachers. We do it all.
If nobody else has told you today, just remember, you are doing a great job. Catch you next time.
And we should mention, the ideas we share on this podcast are totally our own.